Alright, so here today we're back on Persona 5 the Phantom X. It looks like we have our potentially first confirmation over here. What I want to make clear is, this is a video that's been published by the JP version. It's I think the VA playing as, or playing the game for the first time and then summoning on his character banner as this is the VA for the character. And basically this kind of shows us the confirmation of what our first banner is. That seems to be the 100% case there. That again, this character is now coming globally officially, like the first one, right? Beyond that, it does confirm a few things a lot of people are losing their mind over. Thought I'd update you on this, talk about it. I'm curious on what your take is and where you think this goes and if this is a problem. If it's not, if it is, let me know. Let's jump into it. New to the channel, like and subscribe, it helps out a ton. Let's hop over there, take a look at what's been confirmed. So a new tweet came out over here from the JP account. This is again for Persona 5 the Phantom X. Here's what the JP account says. Joker arrives. The VA, the voice of Joker, has shared his early gameplay of P5X. Also, we received his comments leading up to the release, so be sure to check them out. June 26th is the release. iOS, Google Play Games, Steam pre-orders are now open. So, pretty much, it confirms Joker is your first banner. I talked about this in the last video. Joker should be the first patch 1.0. It should be that way. It was hard for that part to change. Again, in the future, things can change. We'll see how that goes. But for now, it was hard for that to change, per se, yeah? But pretty much, what does this show over here? It's again, entire cutscene. Then we then have the VA introduce himself and talk about some things. He also plays through like the initial parts of the game over here. This is the intro part. This is where you're going to start with the game. And then you will go through like traversing things, learning the mechanics, and then understanding the tutorial. If you're re-rolling, you'll understand this multiple times. Right? So you'll definitely become accustomed to this scene here. But pretty much you jump across, you keep on like traversing the entire area, you go through the cutscenes and everything. Again, very, very high quality. So remember, it's a Persona game. You're skipping the story. Don't play the game, right? Pretty much. Dude, can't play a Persona game, skip the story. But definitely speaking, again, it continues with the cutscenes and everything, blah, 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 keep going. We then get, like, our first introduction to, like, again, the JP version over here with some of the things. Going through this video, you really can't tell if, like, quality of life and other things have been introduced here. There are a plethora of different quality of lives that have been added over the course of the game's, year plus in existence. Is any of that confirmed for global? So far, most of it wasn't seen, or a lot of it wasn't seen. But again, it's just a very early, gameplay. We really can't base too much off of that, as again, not much is done here. But what we can base it off of is over here. When we get to this point in the video, we actually get to the gacha area. And in the gacha area, so he does pull Joker over here. But during this little segment, I'm going to see if he shows it again here. We actually can see how the banner format looks, and it does confirm that something is missing on the global launch. Yeah, it's right here. This is what the banner looks like over here. This is all the banners that are there, again, for global launch. Pretty much over here, what it confirms is there is no 100% guarantee banner being displayed. This automatically, once seen, was like, oh my god, cancel the game. That's kind of what happened. A lot of players were super furious seeing this because they were hoping that the guarantee would be there for global launch. Like, for example, you have like a Reddit thread that popped up like right away when this announcement came through. Potentially devastating news for global. Pretty much for those that aren't like in the loop here, this says basically in a showcase video on the game featuring Joker VA, there is no 110 guarantee banner system, only the 50-50. This could change later on. Simply put, first off, we don't have the confirmation if this is 100% like what we're going to be getting. This could be an old build. Who knows, who knows, who knows? There's a lot of points there. But what I want to say is, the issue is, yes, people were expecting that 110 guarantee system would be added into the game. This game functions like this. There's two different banner systems. There's one, which is a 50-50 banner system, which pretty much means you can get the character at a 50% rate at the pity area. And then once you fail that 50-50, once you fail that first one, at the second one, you get it guaranteed. It will take you like 140 to 160 pulls, depending on everything there. Or you go the 110 guarantee banner system route, which is lower rates, but you get it guaranteed, no 50-50 at 110, saving you a bunch of summons. Yes, the 50-50 has higher rates, the 110 has lower rates, so on and so forth. For whales, maybe the 50-50 is better because, again, you're having a higher rate at more pulls. People will say that's like the logic. Again, who knows? Whatever it is, that's how the banner system works. There's two different banners. The one at launch seems to be only the 50-50 for now. Again, the only thing here is, just so you know, it might just be that this game is starting off at 1.0 with no quality of life and just follow the GP system, so on and so forth. Because again, the guarantee, 110 guarantee system wasn't added until around like the anniversary, the half anniversary. It took a while till that actually got implemented into the game. So this seeing it as like the base build Could just be that they're going to start the game just like it is, 1.0 and so on and so forth, all the way up until where JP's at. Could be the case. Could be that they're going to, you know, sort of push the quality of life coming out sooner. But again, it just doesn't drop at launch. Who knows? For now, though, if you're planning on summoning on Joker as the 110 pity, might not be the case anymore. Maybe it's subject to change. Who freaking knows? For example, here's what the comments are saying. Wait until the game comes out for newer regions before we doom post. Would be cool if you were right, but I doubt it. What is it to doubt there's a chance that this video could have been older and things have been changed during development? Just wait and see before we start making assumptions when the release is just around the corner. That is, again, isn't our version, but it's the JP version, pretty much our version. But it's almost, it's most likely it will release at a later version. Still a bummer, it won't be at launch though. Again, it's really sad and worrying. I will say for the most part, it wasn't on the JP version day one. Means it might not be for you on day one. It was later released. Could be that's how they're going with things here. Go fix this Atlas. You're going to shoot yourself as hard as Magic. This one over here, I think that's the... I just saw this game recently. Did without having a pity system. Personally, I was always going to summon on the 50-50 because of higher rates, and it feels that it's better to win, but I'm sure they'll add the guarantee later. Mathematically, it has lower rates unless you're pulling 3+ copies of a character, at which point higher base chance outweighs the 50-50 loss potential. Though 50-50 has a 0.8 for an early, 110 has a 0.2. Also, I don't know when soft pity is for the 110 though. Soft pity is also at 70, so you're as early isn't that far off, and your late is much earlier than when the 50-50 loss, which is, yeah, that's kind of there. But remember, it's 2 different banner systems, yeah? The 110 is kind of the better one, just because, again, it guarantees it, and it's just a lot of less depression, and a lot of these comments were here depressed about it. But curious on what happens over here. If they were to launch with it, do you want that sooner? If they're not going to, they're potentially going to go with how JP went with it. Again, JP later introduced it. They introduced it at a later time, which is true. So they might not just be going with a build that is getting early quality of life changes. I will say for the most part, that would, like, the biggest L is if most of the quality of life doesn't come sooner, because this game it's great at its core, 100%, but a lot of the improvements are like really good, right? They just speed things up, make things a lot more fun to go through and a lot easier to go through, and just a lot more time managing, if you were to say. It would be lovely to see some more of the quality of life day one, but definitely the banner system is a really good thing that gets added. If it does get added quicker, it would definitely cut off more of, like, basically prevent more of the player base from quitting. Yeah, if they fail a summon session, right, 110 guarantee is better than the obvious, right, 50-50 other one, which is, again, a bit more rough to go through. But what I will say for the most part is I played the Taiwan version, TW version, for a little bit. But yeah, the 110 is pretty sexy. I won't lie, all right? It is pretty good, so do what you will with this information. What do you think about it? Is it a problem? Is it not? But Joker confirmed. Persona 5 collaboration is confirmed to be the first update. That is, again, confirmed in this entire thing over here. We saw the event tabs. We saw everything associated. Joker is confirmed as the first banner, 100%. The Persona 5 collaboration confirmed as the start, 1 billion%. What do you think? W, L? Let me know. Catch you guys in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. It's been it from me. Hope you guys liked it.